Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and I am back for day 2 of the March Madness Sketch Challenge with Scrap Now, Sleep Later. This is the sketch that we're going to be using today. It's another page map sketch, and I'm going to be using this collection from My Mind's Eye called Lost and Found. It is definitely a girly collection. I think it's actually called Blush. I do have the 12 by 12 paper pad that I picked up from Tuesday morning a long time ago. The photos that I'm going to be using are from my friend's daughter when she was washing, and I put that definitely in quotes, her little outside car, which I think is super cute. So I'm following the sketch pretty closely in the sense that I have a pattern paper on the left and right. The sketch itself calls for like 2 different pieces of pattern paper, but I was like, I don't really like that. I'm just going to stick with one. And then in the center, there is a piece that holds the photos as well. And the sketch itself calls for a 4x6 photo in the right-hand side, but I had an extra photo. So what I decided to do was go ahead and cut it down to 2 3x4s, and I'm going to mount it on a black piece of paper so that it actually kind of looks like a 4x6. So as I'm inking up the edges of the paper there and adhering everything down, I do want to remind you to go ahead and check out the Scrap Now Sleep Later Facebook group. There is the opportunity to win an amazing prize from Close to My Heart if you join in with us into this March Madness and join the craziness of creating a layout a day for the month of March. So you will have 31 layouts from me in the month of March. I will be joining in and creating layouts every single day this month. And I'm super excited about getting these layouts done. Now, I do want to let you know that my thought process of going into this particular challenge was I have a ton of photos that have been printed and are just kind of sitting in boxes, photo boxes, and those are the photos that I'm pulling out. And I'm really not putting a whole lot of thought into the collections that I use as well as the pictures. Like if the pictures match the sketch or I can make them work with the sketch, I'm going to make them work. We'll see how that works out in regards to towards the end of the month. I might struggle a little bit. I have planned out most of the sketches for the month, and so there were a couple that I did need to print some photos for. I just couldn't find them with the ones that I had, but I truly want to get these photos that I have already printed into layouts because it's making no sense to have them in these boxes. And also I want to use up some of these older collections that I have because, you know, if I use them up, then of course I have to buy some more. And that was another incentive that I had in regards to doing these 31 layouts, was using up some of these older collections and getting that stuff out of my scrapbook room and actually onto layouts. So I have gotten all of the paper adhered down, and now I am looking for something to put on the far right hand side. There's like a journaling block over there, and I cut this paper down. It's a 6x6 piece of paper. And I was going to use the piece that I cut down, but it ended up being too small. So I had to use the other piece, but it had that bird cage on it. So I was looking for something to add to it. I didn't want to cut it down because I really wanted it to be really large. What I decided to do was try to find something to cover up that bird cage. I did go ahead and cut it into a banner shape and adhere it down. I wanted it to be underneath the photo, so I used my little spatula to pull up part of that photo so that I could get the piece down, and then of course using my T-square ruler to make sure that it is straight. Now I did have the embellishment pack for this as well, so I pulled out a couple of pieces that I'm going to be able to use. Over on the far left hand side it says "Oh so adorable," and then I also have this little tag that's going to be in the center there that says "So happy for every moment with you." And then this is where I'm trying to find something to cover up that bird cage. At first I was going to use just a scallop circle and cut it in half, but it wasn't big enough. So I moved on to my title, which is going to be Time to Shine. And I first thought I was going to do like working at the car wash because that's what she's doing. But then I was like, I really want more of kind of a girly theme. So I went online to try to find something else, another title. And all I did was search car wash scrapbook layout, and this Time to Shine came up. So then when I was talking to this little one's mom, she was telling me about the photos, and she was like, oh my goodness, I remember that I had given her a Dollar Tree spray bottle full of water because I needed her to like be entertained for 10 or 15 minutes just to give me a break from her. That's exactly what she did. She went out there and cleaned her little car with this spray bottle of water. Obviously it's not going to be like super clean because it's just water, but it entertained her daughter for 10-15 minutes. The items were wiped down. The little girl had a blast doing it, and she made her car shine. So after speaking to her, I was like, oh my goodness, the title is perfect for the story that you just told. So I do actually end up putting that journaling on the layout. I'm doing these layouts kind of in batches, so the final layout will show the journaling, but I'm waiting to have like 2 or 3 layouts completed before doing the journaling, so that I'm trying to like knock them out as quickly as possible so that I have time to edit them and get them posted for you guys. So you won't see the journaling section in this particular video. Over on the far left hand side, I did pull out my die that has these like little tiny cutouts of hearts, and I just love the way that that looks behind the photo there. It just gives it a little bit of an elegant touch to it. And then of course added that oh so adorable up on fun foam. And then I'm going to pull out my enamel shapes. I'm going to use some hearts in black and pink, and then also some gray enamel dots. And then that is it, guys. Here is my final layout as well as some close-ups. Make sure you check out the Scrap Now Sleep Later Facebook group if you want to join in on this March madness of creating a layout a day in the month of March. You will be so excited once you have completed the 31 layouts and have 31 memories stored in your scrapbook albums instead of in your phone or just printed out. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.